expected to be on, but hey, here we are. Now, I hope everybody's been having a lovely day. I don't know how many of you went over and visited Heather at my usual time slot. Hey, Heather. But I got home just a few minutes ago, and so we decided, hey, I'd take Heather's spot. Even though I'm about 15 minutes late for Heather's spot, it's still Heather's spot. But now it's Rose's today. So I hope everybody's been having a great day so far. I hope that you enjoyed Heather's little presentation this afternoon. I thought her little knit, was that a choker, Heather, that you were making? Hey, Angel. Um, Hi, Anita. So I figured we'd talk a little bit, and then I got my package from Titi's yesterday, or it was in the mail when I got home. So we will look at it. Oh, the hubby wants to talk to me, but unfortunately he knew I was going live, so I don't know why he's wanting to call me. But hey Beth, hey Leanna, hi Charlie. So I got my package from them. Actually, from Heather. I guess it came Saturday, probably while I was gone. Hi Georgina, and we missed you too, Beth. It's good to see you again. Um, this show was not as good as it has been in the past, but it was still pretty good. Um, I was down probably about $130 from last year, and sadly, I was down $100 from the year before that to last year. So I'm like, if it keeps up this progress after a few years, I may not be doing this show. Hey Tammy, hi Donna. But it was all in all, it was a good day. Started to get really hot on Saturday, and then the clouds came in, and none of us were complaining because it cooled it off quite a bit. Hey Kay. Um, so I actually did better on Saturday than I thought I had. It was sort of wasn't quite, but sort of comparable to the prior 2 years. Um, the thing was, all of my sales were mainly small ticket items. I think my largest sell was $50, and that $50 was two items, not just one large one. So um, it was a little different than normal, but that's all right. We did pretty good. Um, I told the hubby though we were going to have to when he retired and we started doing more shows because that's the plan. That we would need to get a truck and a trailer because we can't keep hoteling it all over the place. It gets a little bit too expensive with both hotels and food. So we'll see how that goes. Um, so we had a pretty good trip all in all. It was our anniversary yesterday, so we were finding each other gifts there. I got a beautiful elven robe. It's made out of chiffon. It's just gorgeous. I'd show it to you, but it's still packed. And then my husband found a dagger with the mask of steel that he really liked, so we got him that. Um, Hey Kay, yeah, it was good to see you too, and thank you, Don, for the happy anniversary. And so we did that, and then we both got new T-shirts with Celtic designs on them. Mine has a raven, so it matches those raven earrings I made a few months ago really nicely, and of course my raven skull necklace. Um, so that was nice. You did some sold some stuff, Beth. That's great. Glad to hear it. So the lady that I bought the elven cape from had a beautiful dress that I really wanted to, but it was too small for me, and I was but she did say that she would try and get some larger ones, and she was going to be at the Missoula Renaissance Fair, which no, I'm not doing because I wasn't sure how I would want to, whether I would want to or not, so I didn't apply. But we're thinking we might go down there and see if she is there, and if she is, then and she does have the larger dress, like I asked if she could get, and then then I will get that, and it will make a lovely Renaissance dress with my elven cape. So, yeah, all in all, we had a pretty good day. Then Sunday, uh, it was it was really quiet. Less than $200 for the day, which was sort of disappointing. I had a ton of people come by and look and say they really loved stuff, but then they wouldn't get it. And I had, if for those of you who sell at shows, you probably uh, know all about the, oh, I'll be back later. That never happens. Well, I had a little girl actually come by. This was Saturday. And do you remember the tassel that we made into a purse charm? The pink tassel from Ice Cream Shop? Um, she really wanted it. And her mother said, "You know what? Let's look at everything else first, and then you can decide if that's really what you want." And 4 hours down the road, I'm thinking she's not coming back, but that's nothing uncommon. I would be surprised. And she came back. Before we closed up, she came back. Now, Saturday was a very long day. We started at 9 and ended at 7, so it was a 10-hour day, whereas um, Sunday was only 6. So that makes a difference too, because I know people were still walking around when we were closing up, and we had one person stop and say, "Oh, I'm just looking for earrings." And I looked at my husband, he says, "They're already packed in the car." So it's the way it is. So all in all, a good time. It's at a beautiful place. um, I should have shared it with everybody, but I did share with my beading group, the Platinum Ladies, the bagpipes, because they were playing right beside it, right just a little bit away from us. So I did share some bagpipe playing. Um, so all in all, it was a good time. I just wished we'd made a few $100s more. It would have been more advantageous considering we were hoteling it and everything. But we enjoy doing it. Steve does a major wanderlust at that show. Um, you know, sometimes he doesn't leave the booth much more than I do, but other times, like this show, he I'll be right back and takes off. So so that's oh, you love these earrings? They're pretty simple. Let's see if I can get them so you can see better. Just a little chained dangle with a bead on one of this is one of those giant earring bells, and then some beads up the top. So uh, I'm rather fond of them myself. But so let's turn down and we'll open up this package I got from Heather at Titi's Trinkets and Treasures. We'll see what she sent us. So let's do that. Well, I know what she sent us because, well, some of it because I ordered it, obviously, but we'll see. And but let's turn it. Oh, come on, loosen, baby. There we go. Up just a hair. There we go. And so here's our pretty package from Heather. Looks like this is our brass stuff we ordered. Here's my invoice. There's some coral. Come on out. Okay. So that's pretty. Oh, I have friend mail. Friend mail is always nice. Rosanna's friend mail. Ooh, there's a turtle in there that's just a glowing. So we'll sit this right here for now. Let's get our invoice out so we can sort of see what we've got here. And we've got a 39 millimeter brass cross pendant with a diamond accent, which was $9. That will be in here. This is this one. Its regular price was $15. We got them on a pretty darn good price. I'm going to have to find me a crystal to put into that spot. But gosh, that's pretty. I really like that. So there's that one. And then we have a 43 millimeter Fleur-de-lis style brass cross pendant for $11.25. What was your normal price? $12. Now see, this one is maybe my prices are mixed up. This was $12. Maybe this may be the $9 one, and this may be the $11.25 one. Either way, they're both very, very pretty. Here, we'll bring them up. So those are very, very lovely. I really like them. I thought I would like this one better, but when it comes right down to brass tacks, I really love this cross, and I am going to have to find it a flat back to put inside our little circle here. I do have some good sized ones, so I think that'll work. Next, we have 5 millimeter can't talk. Brass rondelle beads from India. They were $22.50. It's a big strand of them. Aren't they gorgeous? Looks like they have a pretty good sized hole, but I don't think they'd fit on leather. They might. We'll have to just check them out. But, whoa, those are heavy. So those are definitely solid brass. So those are very, very pretty. $22.50 for that strand. So let's put our babies back in their bag so they'll stay safe. Put those back here. The next one is 15 by 22 millimeter Tibetan brass beads with inlay details. One for $4.50. That would be this guy. Round. I just thought he was really pretty and would make a nice focal for something simple and small. Excuse the noise. Usually the trash truck has come before this time, but obviously they haven't because that's what you're hearing. So, polish it up a little bit there. But so pretty. Next is 14 by 32 millimeter Tibetan brass beads with details, 2 of them. That's strange. This one, that's a, oh, it's 14 by 32. I was thinking it was smaller. I really loved the inlays in this. They're so pretty. They were $4.50 a piece, so $9 for the 2 of them. I got 2 because I thought they'd be nice on either side of a necklace. Though if I wanted to be naughty, they could become a bracelet, but they probably won't. But, and frankly, because this is Tibetan turquoise inlay, it would match my Tibetan, big Tibetan focals that Randy gave me for Christmas. And I could put these 2 on the sides with maybe something small, and one of those pieces down at the bottom, make a really pretty piece. So there are those 2. They are really pretty. Next, we have my last item. This wasn't a large order per se, but it cost me enough. But I was needing some coral beads. I have coral beads, but they're like little nugget-like things, so I wanted some like this. So these are 6 by 10 millimeter red coral oval rice beads. They were $18.75 for the strand. Now, let's face it, coral and turquoise are really good buddies. They look gorgeous together. So, I really wanted these coral rice beads. I love a rice bead, and like I say, I felt I needed some coral to go with some of my turquoise. So there is my order, which is got some really stunning pieces in here. I'm really thrilled. Actually, if I wanted to, I could take these pieces and the focal could be one of my cross. Yeah, that would be gorgeous. It would become a spindy piece, but hey, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So, put you babies in there, back in here. That was my order, and I think it's gorgeous. But now, this is my friend mail. It says right on it, Rosanna's friend mail. And we have some pretties in here. Now these are, wow, that's a very large hole in this Botswana agate. And that's not its regular hole. That's a druzy. Interesting. Because its regular hole is here to here. But that is a really different stone. That is really cool. But it's a Botswana agate. So, you know. Hi, Tina. So then we have two more Botswana agates. Look at this one. Isn't this one colored differently with this? Its banding is so pretty. It's got a little bit of pinkish color here. So that's a really pretty one. And we have a, oh, now that one is drilled differently, isn't it? Like this, from here to here. Almost looks like a tooth if we were to put it this way, but it's a gorgeous piece of agate. And then I have a ring. How about that? It's a rose. That fits fine. Look at this turtle. Do you have a hole, turtle? I'm not sure it has a hole. So it may just be a decorative piece, which is fine. Look at the flash. Is this labradorite? If it is, it's a perfectly blue. The whole top is just a flash. Ooh, wow. In the back, too. Not the whole thing, but most of it. And it's got this really more golden and blue across here. That is so pretty. See? I do. I really like it. It is going to join my decorative pieces that are up here by my desk here. Though I don't know. I don't see the flash when it sits right there. It just is gray. I don't know. We have to find something place special for it. It's so flashy. But see, you go this way, no flash. Turn it and wing, there it goes. It's so cool. I love it. Let's go sit here at my desk. And then we have, looks like some tens. Well, maybe it's 8. Let's check. No, I was right. It's 10s. Well, that's a pretty gray one. 10s. Lots Lots of pretty tins. Heather, is this the pink Botswana agate? Red Botswana. I thought it might be. So we have some 10s, some 8s. And some 6s. Oops, there's an 8. Oh, there's another 8. Yep, 8. 6. Okay, good to know that my recognize. So those are really, really gorgeous. For those of you who don't know, Botswana agate's one of my favorite stones. Look at that. It's going to match perfectly. This is such a interesting one with this big hollow place inside it. And look at the pretty banding. Isn't that pretty? But wow. Wow, Heather, those are great. Thank you very much. I love them. We'll have to get them in a special box. Now I'm going to have to identify my Botswana agates as gray and red instead of just saying, oh, it's Botswana agate. We have differentiation. That's gorgeous. Thank you very much. Yeah. Uh-oh. Did we go down? Oh, there it's back. Okay. Anyway, those are gorgeous. I do love all of that Botswana agate. So, you know, it's funny because carnelian is probably my second. Botswana agate, then I'm not sure if I go for amethyst or carnelian next. But this is such a coloration that in the red that it would probably go well with the carnelian. So that's super great. I love it. Thank you. Now, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier to anybody, but I had brought my my Bohemian Nights bargain bead box with me on my trip. I just stuck it in the car thinking, oh, I can bake something with that if I have any time. I had plenty of time yesterday. The problem is I had no stringing material. I forgot to bring any stringing material. And I was like, really, Rose? That was dork. But I am going to mix my my matte faux turquoise and my little tiny beads here to make a necklace. And I was trying to decide what am I going to use to put it together as far as a focal is concerned. And these are my turquoise focals, or faux turquoise, as the case may be, because most of them are. And I'm thinking we'll have to see if we can match up. We're going to have to see if they can match. We can match up He's going to stay there. He's my buddy now. Well, let's get that strand out. Now, a lot of these are faux. These are real ones here. These are real here. But I think the rest of them are faux. Now, some of them I got from Beadbox Bargains. This. This one and these two crosses, I believe I got from Temu. So I'm trying to think. Now, see, I was thinking maybe one of these, though it's a little dark. This one is too green. See, it doesn't quite go. It might be this one. I think this is probably closest. Let's see what we've got. We've got 3 of these. Maybe this one over here. Come here, you. Because it looks a little lighter. Or the little half cross. Is there a second one there? No, there's not. So let's put these down. Oh, maybe this cross. It's got lighter stones. I don't know. Let's put them all down here on the mat and see what we think. Hi, Brandy. So here is this faux turquoise from the box from Bohemian Nights. And here are my various pieces that we could use as our focal. What's everybody think? Now, none of them quite match, but they're pretty close, and I think they might be close enough. I did get a package from Beadbox Bargains the other day that had a big strand of turquoise in it. Well, they're howlite, but you know, we all know what I mean by that. What did I do with that package? I thought I left it right here when I left. But they had some big, they had some what they called the mix strands that you could purchase. And I did purchase a mixed strand of the howlites. And I thought they might work, but I don't think so. I think they're not quite the right color, if I remember right from when we looked at them. Huh. Well, now I hope I didn't put those in some weird spot, because they also had a beautiful strand of pearls that were in there that I wanted to use for a project. Huh. Looks like I must have buried them under something. I have to find them for sure, though, because I really want those pearls, if for no other reason. Where, oh, where did you put your pearls at? You get ready to leave for a trip and you just stuff things wherever it would appear. I will have to search for those because I definitely want those. But it had some big round ones in that I thought also could be used as a focal. You like this cross? Thank you, Leanna. I like them. That's why I ordered them. But you like the larger cross, Bonnie, this one? And Anita says the cross or the cross with the filigree. That would be this one. Kay likes the larger cross. So we're more or less vetoing these two. It will be one of these two. Is that what I'm hearing? Now I also have this feather, but I think that the little piece of turquoise is just too light colored in it, though it would be cool, wouldn't it? And my little hearts are too blue, way too blue. And I think my honest to God turquoises are all too blue as well. Though this one, no, it's too green. Too blue. Okay. So we have this cross, our feather, which I just introduced. So that's a new decision. Or the little cross. Let's put her across. Let's just put like this. And we're going to put these little guys, string them in here as well. So gold? Really? They put gold with turquoise? I am sorry. No. This one, or feather. Da, da, da. I am going to string it. I could put it, if these beads were large hole, I'd put it on leather, but they're not, and I'm not going to try to do leather with small hole beads. Though what I could do, wouldn't be the first time, we could do partial beads and partial leather. So most people are saying this one. Though Kay says she likes this one. And Tina likes the feather. You know, I really like this feather too. It's pretty cool. But it looks like most people are saying they go for this cross. Well, it's not this one. It's got little holes. So, and we're going to use these little tiny beads too. So, that is what I decided when I saw this package. I thought, these just don't work. And then I thought, well, neither does, I don't like matte beads. So who cares? And then I thought, oh, well, just put them together and they'll look fine. And I'm just going to make some kind of pattern in here with some spacers. And then, of course, we'll have our focal. I'm gonna have to squish you together because I don't want to lose this bail, because this is a nice bail, but it's not quite closed. I don't know if you can see that. See, it's not quite closed here. Did I get you to close? Just about. That's some tough metal. I did get it to close a little bit more, though. Okay. Tina likes the feather. Half elastic and half chain. I've never done a necklace with elastic, and I don't really think I would. I'd be afraid it would break. So I think any of these would work really nicely. The feather's really cool, but it might need some bigger beads. Let's go with the what most people are voting with, this little cross. Now it is the only one I have of those, but it's the only one I have of these other two pieces too, so who cares? And if, like I said, I can't believe they put gold with the turquoise. What were they thinking? Why did they not think of the fact that you probably want silver with the turquoise? I'm going to decide what kind of spacers we want. The other beads will be good with the feather. You could be right. Could be very right, Anita. Gotta flash my turtle here because he's so cute and he's got such a pretty flash. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, we need a bell, obviously. And somebody asked me if crosses sell well. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I didn't sell any at the Celtic Festival of the Celtic crosses I made, but guess what? That Celtic leather Celtic necklace cross, Celtic cross and leather that we made for the we made for the prize got chosen like that. So we need some silver spacers. And I'm really liking the way that just looks like that. Though I'd want something in between some of these, but almost like a little double necklace might be pretty. But one of the things I have here, if I can get it without dumping everything under the sun, right, is some pink coral. Now, I don't know how that would go with all our little beads here. On the other hand, the little beads are all kinds of colors, so who cares? And I'm not sure I'm going to use very many of them anyway. I just want to, I was thinking I'd put some of these in between those, but the more I almost want to just make this a second strand with just some spacers every once in a while. So I am going to get out What do I do with my little shovel? Come here, shovel. Come here. Dropped your thing off. Get out a few of these. We could put the pretty red coral that we just got from Heather in with it, but guess what? No. I definitely do not want to do that. Now I took this out of the pile and it doesn't want to go back in, so it'll go right. I was going through some stuff looking for other things the other day and found a whole bunch more of some more beads that I need to put away again. So what else is new, right? In fact, this is some of the things. I don't know if how many of you know teachers' pets today? Heard me say that I had gone through and found a whole bunch of stones the other day. I was looking for something for my bead buddy Chris, because she needed a green agate for a necklace she was making, and I found her a really fun moss agate that she really liked, and she said would work perfect. So I sent that to her, and while I was doing that, I found. Now, these are for Heather. I haven't sent them out yet. Sorry, Heather. I'll get them out tomorrow. I found, Heather loves impression jasper. So I found 3 pieces of impression jasper in there. And I'm also sending her some fine champagne. And guess what, Heather? I found another roll of champagne and a roll of silver in the fine when I was searching for something else. And I'm like, good gracious, how many rolls of wire do I have hiding around here? So this is one of the ones for Heather, this orange and green impression jasper. I think there's pyrite strung through there too, because it's got that look. So, and so there's that one. Yep. Yeah, that's very true, Tina. That is a thing. The teacher's pet thing is a thing between Beth and Heather. They're always claiming to be the one on top. So then I have this really pretty purple, which has some grays and browns in it. And the last one, which I actually liked best, those in this bag, so, and I'll get a different bag for those things I dumped out, is this one, which is touches of purples and pinks, but lots of bronze colors in there. So it's very pretty. And it's got a bit of flash in the bronze. So it's a really pretty piece. Anyway, while I was looking for stuff for Chris and found these for Heather, I realized I have 5 trays of stones, pendants, various sizes like this one. And I sent a few to Chris. I'm going to send these to Heather. But like I said, trays about yay big. I have, let's see if you can see my hands all the way. About that big, about the size of a stone, one of the stones, and then about that long. 5 trays of them full of those stones. And I just think to myself, ooh, what do I want to do with those? I need to get some of them out and make some stuff with them. Others, I should just see about either giving them to some of my beading friends or selling them or some such thing as that. But I found some other things in there, not just stone pendants, but I found some stone teardrops. I've got 2 of the purple ones here. Oh, I guess there's 3 purple ones. This is just a much lighter purple. These are dragon's vein. Nope, they're crackles. So there's 3 purples of teardrops, sets of teardrops. There's this one is light blues and greens. And then this is a pair of green rice beads. Very pretty. You can see they cost me $1.25. I actually wrote on this one, a miracle, because it doesn't happen often. Not back when I bought these. I bought these like 5 years ago. And I'm like, why are these just sitting in the drawer? But then I also found 3 pair of, these ones were $3. They got wrote on them. 3, 3, 2. Oh, there's another set of purple ones, of purple teardrops. And then these, I have one set that cost me $2, and 2 sets that cost me $3. See if I can get these weak little bags over. These are crazy lace agate. And they got the hole drilled up at the top up here, going like a pendant hole. So I could turn these into little pendants, but of course they'll be earrings. But this set is the darkest. Then I have 2 lighter sets here. And I brought these out because I'm like, you need to use those. You really need to use those. Don't leave them sitting in the drawer forever. But the 2 lighter pair, this one is more of the whites and browns, and this one actually has some of the reds in it. Actually, let's pull that pair out. You wouldn't mind shopping my stash? I keep finding things in my stash I forgot I had. This stash shopping was, like I said, looking for something for Chris. And we found it along with a whole bunch of other stuff. But so these are the ones I like the best. Look at the lace on those. Aren't those pretty? So I may have to make me some earrings with these, because they're really cool, crazy lace. But the other 2, I'll just have to make something else. But then the stone I found that I really loved, and I went, no, this one, I definitely have to do something with this, and it might be something I have to keep for myself. It's got a $3 sticker on the back, so I know what I paid for it. I'll open it up. And I put a picture in this because I hadn't seen anything like this before. And somebody told me it was a jasper. I can't remember what kind they said it was. Something to do with moon surface or something like that. But very pretty stone. So anyway, I loved this stone. I thought this one was gorgeous. So this one is going to my personal stuff. And so is one of these. But the others I probably will just make things to sell from. But I'll have to show you all my stones one of these days and see if anybody wants any. But we need to get some silver and some beading wire, and I need a bale. Bales are up here. We'll just use this one because it's smaller. We don't want something huge for this. Let's just see what we can grab as far as silver stuff. I got silver stuff everywhere, so I know I can grab anything I want, just about. And I think we're going to have a mixture of balls and daisies. And I think we need some turquoise wire. Oops, that's the crystal drawer, not the wire drawer. Get in the right drawer. That's not turquoise, that's blue topaz. My turquoise. There it is. Oh. Turquoise. So I don't have anything really particular in mind, so we're just going to play. Yes, Chris is my bead buddy. Alligator jasper is what one of your friends calls that. It is a gorgeous piece. It's the only piece of jasper I've seen like that before, and I was just like blown away when I saw it. I was like, wow, I can't even remember when I bought that. That is stunning. So what I'm thinking is if I decide to go with a two-strander and maybe just make a relatively short necklace, I will maybe drop one of these in every once in a while and then do the upper strand and maybe drop something else amongst them every once in a while. So let's see what we can come up with here. Hey, Chris. So I think we'll just start by, let's face it, this strand of mat is not long enough. Well, how long was it? Is it long enough to make a choker, like maybe a little longer than choker? I'd rather have like 17 or 18. I'm not a 16-inch fan. It makes me want to choke. So 12. No, it's not even 16. So we definitely have to add to it to make it become the longer length we want. So I want to oops, not that another spacer. I wanted another of the turquoise. Do 3 and then thick. And then I'm going to have a running away ball spacer and like that. Then one of these pink coral. Now the question becomes, do I want to cut these open and put some of those in here too, or do we want to just just stay with the turquoise and the pink coral for this bottom strand and then make it into be a two strand and have this guy be the um, top strand with some other little beads put in amongst him. I'm not sure if I have any tiny turquoise. If I do, we could just add some tiny, though it might not be matte. I wonder if I have some turquoise. Have to check. I do want to put these little colored ones with the matte though, so I've got to decide where we're going to put them. Are they going to go entirely as an upper strand? Are we going to put some of them in here? I just really like them as an upper strand with these. Though let's see what it looks like now that we've formed some here. Is it still looking good for an upper strand? You're starting to design using one of the Softlex design kits. It's your first one, and can you use things from your stash? Yes, you can use anything from your stash you want. You just have to have obvious pieces from your kit. And are you going to enter the design challenge? Because if you're not going to enter the design challenge, it doesn't make a bit of difference. But yes, if you're going to enter the design challenge, they do want you to have some obvious pieces from the kit, so that it's obvious, so that you're using the kit for it. Wow, that hole is tiny in that one. It won't go. The wire won't even go through. Oh yeah, it did. It just wanted to go the other direction. It's one of those miss drills, obviously. For a second there, I thought I'd missed the spacer up there above. This is another one of those, doesn't want to go through this way, but it will go through that way. But it's tight. Don't have to worry about the beads falling off. That bead's tight enough to hold it. You just finished your beaded crochet choker. You're not a fan of the tiny rondelles with the turquoise and the pink? I could take the pink back out and just use the tiny rondelles, because that was my original plan, was to put these guys together and not have the pink coral in here at all. But I'm not sure how they go with the pink coral. The pink coral is pretty with the turquoise, but I'm not sure about these. And though, frankly, they're almost too bright, though, I don't know. You'd use these tiny things for a different piece? I think they're real pretty with just the turquoise. I think it goes really well with just the turquoise, which is why that was my original plan, is to do these together. But I don't think it goes with the pink. coral. And I'm not even sure how I feel with about the pink coral, to be truthful with you with this. Um, Although actually it's not bad. You like the pink with the turquoise. You think they're a little light, Beth. And Heather really loves the pink coral with the turquoise. Scrap the rondelles and use them in a different design. You think the pink plays well with the turquoise. Okay. Okay. These babies may become something else then. I'm not sure what, because they, like I said, I was planning originally when I saw the two together, I thought, okay, those are pretty together. Those will work together. But if we use the pink, we really can't. They don't work well. I don't know why. They just don't. They work fine with just the turquoise, but not with the turquoise and the coral. So we'll have to think about what we want to do with that. So now I'm going to take since this is where I do want this at, and I'm just going to reverse this and go up with the pink coral again, and then we will, of course, have to decide the length we need it to be, and we'll cut the cord and get it strung. But this is going to be a shorter necklace, number one, because there's not very much of the turquoise, but we do want to use the turquoise, obviously. So, or we can make it a longer necklace if we choose to have a longer necklace and add something to the back. So choices, right? Of course, if they have some of these be the matte turquoise, faux turquoise on the um, website, I could always just get some more fat and make a different necklace with this turquoise and those beads if I chose to do that. But so tomorrow is my surgeon's appointment for my knee. So we'll see what the doctor has to say about it. It's doing pretty good. Though Saturday was such a long day that I didn't do my exercises. I did do part of them on yesterday though. So that's a false daisy spacer. So let's see, we're here. So we're right here with the pink again. Now, even though this isn't the red coral, I always think coral and turquoise, they go so well together. But okay, I need to take beads off of here. Separate you guys a little because you're getting mixed up. Over there, over there, over there. And maybe put the rondelles away so they're not taking up space here in our way. Come here, you guys. Where are you little turds? Put away. Right there. I'm just amazed they put gold with turquoise. I mean, come on. Turquoise is just one of those beads that just automatically goes with silver in my mind. Use them as tricks and find a spoon in a little bowl. Oh, that's great. I do still have this spoon. I haven't used it. Interesting. Hi, Jennifer. So Carl got the job and he starts on the 2nd. So how's that working for you, Chris? What's going to happen with you? This is driving me nuts. You have to go. Come here, out of here. Of course, I just threw beads everywhere, but no, what can I say? And now, because I just did that, where are we at? I think I just have one more bead of here. Yep. Now I'm going to divide them in half because otherwise I'm going to have not enough. Okay, count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 23. 'Looks like either one ran away or we have an extra. Wait a second. This one already had one. Go over there. Okay. We are making a necklace, Jennifer. What's going to make? This is our pendant. let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, looky there, I got some more hiding away. Okay. So it sounds like my husband's home from the grocery store. He went to get some groceries while I was doing the live. I just heard his car drive up. Now I seriously do want to make this into a 2-strand necklace though. With the upper strand being about 17 or 18 inches and the lower one being more of a like 19. So I am going to have to decide what we want to use for the upper strand. And I probably will not finish it today because, well, we've been on for an hour. I've gone over a lot of things. And I'm just not really... Wrong ball. Wrong spacer. Need this spacer. So, maybe we'll... come on, go through there. Boy, that's another one of those really tight ones. So we will have to be making this wiggle over to the other side by hand because it doesn't want to go on that well. It won't just roll, that's for sure, the way that was, as tight as that was. So but I am going to have to move some space over here. But if this is the lower strand and we want it to be about 19 inches, we'll want about 9.5. Oops, need some more spacers here. And so we'll have to measure, see how we're getting. And I do need some more wire out though. And we'll clip this side right here for right now. Now we could just have a delicate 17 or 18 inch necklace with just the two, this row. But Chris is ready to come to Beth's house for 2 to 3 weeks. So what we're going to need to do is give ourselves some more wire, of course, because we're getting low. And we're going to push this all over there. This is one of those tight little coral beads there. The tight ones are not going to want to move, so I'm going to have to move them physically. See, this one doesn't want to move at all. So there we go. So that's middle point. So let's see how long we've got it right now. It's about 8. So it's choker length right now. But if we're going to make this 2 strands, we definitely don't want the lower one to be choker length. We've got to get a little more length to it. And though we might not need all of what we got there, so we'll see what we've got here. Now I would think about doing this opposite sort of for the upper strand, except for I know I don't have enough of the pink coral. There's just not. So we couldn't do that. Though there might be enough by the time I get what I want in here to have some of the turquoise left over. So we'll see how it goes. Forget to breathe. Yeah, I try not to forget to breathe. It's uncomfortable. But thank you for saying so, Georgina. Oops, not you. You. Where what? You guys, come here. One of you guys, come here. Looks like I'm going to have some extra of the coral. Of course, if I needed some more, I do have some more in the case. Your dogs are weird. They like the green part of strawberries. Well, that's a little different. Yeah. Nope. You. Let's see how long we are now. I think we may be as long as I want it to be. Maybe a little longer than I want it to be. So it is longer than I want it to be. 12. So we can take some of this back out because I wanted it no longer than 20 for the lower one and 18 for the upper, and maybe even a little lower than that. So let's get this down to 10 inches. So that would be right here. Boy, I did a lot more than I needed to, didn't I? Because that's all extra right here. So let's take this off. I think I said through here, but I'm not positive. Let's go to here and then we'll measure again. Yeah, that's 24. We could make it a little longer necklace and make the upper one, whenever we get it done, 20, and then we could make 3 strands and make it be even. Well, let's cut the other side and we'll string up the other side and make that decision what we want to do. Oh, your granddaughter's getting ready to go off to college and the daughter's a little upset. Beth, well, you know what happens. Just a little bit more. I think we'll get the other side of this done and maybe even hang the focal, but then we'll leave it until tomorrow. And that'll give me a little time to think on what I want to do as far as upper strands are concerned and that kind of thing. Guess I didn't have to worry about whether I had enough beads because I have pulled some off this side and I have extras. So just all go in one tray. No problem, Chris. Okay. Excuse me. The venue for our show was very dusty, and my truck was just covered with a fine layer of dust when we got done, and my nose has been wanting to run since then, so probably have a little dust in it still. Okay, we're getting close. Still haven't, the final decision hasn't been made with what's going to happen with you, huh, Chris? Well, not two, just one. Now. Looks like that one might be a little clogged. I'll have to punch it open. Okie dokie, let's put this on because I think this is the last of this side. So okay, there we go for this side. And I'm gonna get a jump ring and put this guy on, and then we're gonna sit it aside and we're gonna it for to the night, and I will make the decision on what I want to do as far as a second or even a third row, because I'm debating both. Oop. Butterfingers here. Dropping everything. Or wanting to drop everything. Okay. Since we want to drop everything, I think it's definitely time to call it a day today. So as soon as we get the pendant on, here I am going to come on you. And I will think about what I want to do for upper rows, because I really do want this to have this is being difficult today. It wants to be stubborn and not go on. There we go. Well, I thought, there we go. It really is being stubborn. My goodness. This ring is a little crooked. Let's see if we can straighten it some. That's better. Nope, that's squished. And dang it, that wrecks my beading. Well, Hector. Now we're going to have to fix this somehow. But okay. Well, now I have to do a repair job. I don't want to restring the whole thing. So we are going to make this that was winter, in case everybody's wondering. Let's see if this will work. If not, then we will. Then I'll have to make something for it. Sometimes when you try to fix things, you make things worse. Okay, it does not want an oval jump ring. So we're either going to have to make it a maybe. We'll see. So I'm going to have to make it something. So we're going to get out the wire. I wonder if okay. Oops, sorry. Didn't mean to bump the camera. What did I do with my? There they are, right there. My bead stringing wire is Softlex, but this is beadle on German style that I use for my to do most of my wire wrapping. I actually should have checked and seen if one of these little, but I don't think it would have, little pink corals would have fit on here. I'm pretty positive they wouldn't have. So, now I need to see, this is bent a little bit this way. You are bent this way. And to come back over here. Just a little bit more. bent it more. Well, we'll fix it after I do what I'm going to do next. Okay. Too much. There we go. Not really what I'd planned on, but hey, sometimes you've got to bend with the way the wind moves. So there's our bottom piece. So I may end up adding something down here to the bottom here to, since we had to add some wire onto our bale to make it be a little more it's going to be all right. So I am going to bring us up, and then we're going to put this away for the night, and I'm going to decide what more I'm going to do with it. This will see so far. The little wire here to fix the bell that I broke when I was trying to straighten its spot there. But I am going to I am thinking I want a second strand at least, if not 3. So we're going to have to decide what I want to do for a third strand, and I may just put find a different turquoise or something and put some of the other beads within it, and to bring them together some, or I might just find some crystal chain. I do have some of that, but I don't really think that works. This is too I want to say casual for something like that, so I probably won't do that, but we'll have to decide to see what I decide to do. And if I really want to be stubborn and not like this bale I made for this, I could restring 1/2 of the necklace to add a new bale so that it matches all right. But we'll see what I decide to do later. So we're going to go. It's been a while. We've been on for a while, so I'm going to leave and hope everybody has a nice evening. Bye-bye. This has been Rose from In Rose Garden.
Chicken legs if you want for